on demand as far as consumer durable products is concerned. Let's welcome in the management at Vijay Sales. Nilesh Gupta, MD at Vijay Sales, is now with us. So how did Onam and Ganesh Chaturthi pan out? What is your expectations for the remaining part of the festive season?
So basically, if you ask me, the basic festive season started from 15th August onwards. So 15th August, we saw very robust growth over last 15th August. That entire weekend was, I think, extraordinarily good. Onam, although we are not present in the Kerala market, down south, but in Onam, what I have, the figures which I have got is it's very enterprising and it's done very well compared to last year. Ganesh Chaturthi, normally the sales don't pick up so much. It's more of a festivities of a different nature where buying doesn't happen so much. So that's not a precursor to what Diwali would happen. But Onam surely is. And what we gather from Onam is it's been a good Onam. Looking forward for Diwali, I think we expect one of the best Diwalis this year because technically, if you see, this is the first year where I think COVID is behind us. And it was following us for the last 2 years and everybody was worried what's going to happen. Nobody knew the future. But I think now COVID is behind us. So people have come out with a big bang and we expect a really good Diwali this season.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Gupta. This is Shrishti joining in. What the channel check suggests is that the appliances and consumer durable makers are expected to see a growth of 35% in the festive season. Are you expecting similar levels of growth and what's the ground report there?
Basically, I'll tell you 35% on what base is that is the basic question. So if you are looking at from last year base, then possibly I wouldn't say it will be so robust as 35%, but maybe in some categories like digital watches and all, we may see a 50% growth also. But overall, categories like televisions, refrigerators, washing machines, I think even if we achieve a 20-25% growth, it would be good. I think 35% is something which is a little much more outstretched. But if it happens, I think all of us would be more than happy.
The management at Super Plastronics is also with us. So if you could talk to us about the consumer durable industry, it had taken a 15 to 20% hike YOY, but what are the pricing trends now?
Absolutely, yes. I think last year, the main concern for degrowth for the industry was, as I told you, one of the reasons I've already mentioned. The other reason has been the price hike. There has been a lot of artificial price rise. One of the prime reason was, if I talk about consumer electronics, and if I focus the main category, that is televisions, is 70% to 75% of the parts come from China. And therefore, the whole ecosystem lies with them. So once they saw that the demand was huge, they started increasing the price by about 200 to 300%. Therefore, the pricing of television went to the highest ever, in terms of in Festive. So therefore, demand came down. As soon as the pricing of the commodity started slowing down or coming down, we have seen the spike. And this year, why most of the brands are very confident about this 35% growth is the commodity pricing coming down. From last 2 months, the dollar pricing has been stable. And petroleum especially has been a little stable, I would say. So with all this combination and the freight prices coming down, I feel, yes, the prices have come down, and that has given, and that all those prices, most of the brands are transferring to the consumers. So therefore, we feel that this extra demand will be generated in the market.
Okay, Mr. Marwah, just a clarification there. So you are sounding quite bullish on the demand side, but did you just say that the prices are expected to come down on the back of the raw material prices coming down and having an effect on the consumer prices?
Absolutely, yes. The raw material prices have come down, and that has most of the brands will be transforming to the market, and the prices of the product will come down.
So which segment do you think will drive the growth this festive season, and which categories are expected to see muted demand this time around?
So surprisingly, amongst categories, I think all the categories are firing well. There are some categories which are doing better. Those are the ones which are not yet developed categories, like digital watches is one of them. Mobiles is always an evergreen. The more the number of launches, the more the sales happens. And if you ask me for what's happening in the market, what is the consumer perception, what are the changes which is happening, then I think the biggest change is people are looking for bigger and better products. So all said and done, people who are buying a 400 liters refrigerator earlier or a 300 liters refrigerator want to upgrade to at least 25-30% bigger, whatever their slot can accommodate. Similarly, in televisions, we are seeing people want to upgrade the size. Now 43 has become the default 32, and a 24-inch television has no longer a market except for some specific use. So this is the biggest trend. What we are seeing is that people are upgrading, not only in terms of size, but also in terms of product features and all. So people want to buy more premium. And I think this is more of as far as going premium is more of a city phenomena, but going for the bigger sizes, I think, an all across the country phenomenon.
Okay, but Mr. Gupta, we were just discussing with Mr. Marwah on the prices, and if we see the consumer durable industry, that has taken around 15 to 20% of price hikes on a YOY basis. What's your sense on that, and any way that has led to downtrading in consumers?
So I think our industry, I have been saying this since long, our industry is a little immune to price rise, for the simple reason is the majority of the business, 70 to 80% of the business is happening either on credit card or EMI finance, paper finance. So when the finance is happening, so what happens is even when the price rise goes up, the EMI particularly doesn't go up by such a big value. So I think that's the reason why our price, in our industry, consumers are okay with price rise also. They don't mind. And secondly, another thing, why it is so, because today now, whatever we sell, be it television, be it refrigerator, air conditioners, mobile, laptops, they have all become necessary part of their lives. They cannot live without any one of them. So I think, so price has gone immaterial in this scenario.
So if you could just talk to us about inventory situation, could the situation improve for the upcoming festive season?
So definitely the inventory, all of us are picking up more inventory and keeping ourselves ready for the festive season. And I think this time brands also are doing a good job, because we saw this even in the summer season, where none of the brands let the stocks come in the way of sales. There would be some stockouts of particular model or anything, some particular model stockouts could happen, but overall as a category or in each brand, I don't think so stockout would be a situation anymore.
Okay, but Mr. Gupta, one more question to you. How has the demand trend been, especially when we talk about the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, both in the offline and the online mode?
So I think over there also the demand overall generally is quite good. And as I said, there possibly they may not be looking out for very premium products, but they're definitely looking out for the larger sizes. So this we have seen as a universal trend across the country.
Right. So if you could also just talk to us about discount offering this festive season. Are you offering more discounts to customer to lure them compared to last year, given to them in the first pandemic-free year over the last 2 years?
Yeah, I think this is the first time in last 2 years where I feel that consumers will be going out. There'll be a lot more. There'll be a lot of look and feel. Yes, the sentiments are really high for this festive season. In terms of when sentiments are really high, commodity price has been stable, and I think this will be the best price, for home appliances, whether it's washing machines, air conditioners, or your televisions. I think we are running a campaign, lowest price since we launched in last 5 years. So that kind of aggressive pricing we are giving. Apart from that, there are very sweet deals that we are coming up. A lot of bank offers, a lot of EMI offers that will be availing. I think we want that the market should grow from here. It's the best time, for India, that consumerism should reach its at highest point. and markets are also reacting well to it. There has been a lot of goodness in the market. I would feel seeing Onam and Ganesh Chaturthi that has we have seen good results in all these states. So yes, we have really high hopes this season.
Okay, so really high hopes for this season. And Mr. Gupta, my last question to you. Are there any new offers like EMIs or schemes that you're offering to attract your customers right now, keeping festive season sales in view? And also, are you in talks with any of the banks to provide more schemes?
So, like I'll tell you now, frankly speaking, another reason for our industry to be doing so well is we have offers running throughout the year. And Diwali becomes the mother of all offers, where all the brands come together and are trying to give good freebies, good EMI schemes. We have EMI schemes throughout the year, but this time of Diwali, we'll have better EMI schemes in terms of there will be more number of schemes with zero down payment, zero processing fees, and a longer tenure. So I think that's going to really boost the sales further up.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Let's get